Good chilly afternoon. We're covering a couple of interesting topics here, including and limited to Apple's getting sued again, Snapchat's getting better, Twitter's getting longer, and the Google Pixel is getting improved, maybe? I'm also a little bit irritated right now, because I want to watch the TV, but Phoebe's watching her shows. Firstly, iPhone is being sued again over their dual camera setup. An Israeli startup has actually filed a suit against Apple for using the dual camera display. The Tel Aviv-based company said Apple's lead negotiator expressed contempt for Core Photonics, that's the company who's filing the suit, patents, telling CEO Dr. Menlovic and others that even if Apple infringed, it would take years and millions of dollars in litigation before Apple might have to pay something. The complaint says. So they're saying that Apple's like, whatever, we'll just use it anyway. It'll take years and tons of money for them to start getting paid for anything anyway. So we're just gonna do it because we have the power and the money to do so, which is bullshit. And the article says that neither Apple nor Core Photonics immediately returned a request for comment. In other news, Snapchat has said that the Android-based app will be getting a major redesign, quote, from the ground up. It's so exciting. Because really, I've heard a lot of complaints about people talking about the Android version of Snapchat versus the iOS version of Snapchat. Mostly iOS users saying, Android looks like crap, when referencing the Snapchat footage from an Android phone and the Snapchat footage from an iPhone. Obviously, iOS is a little bit easier to deal with and a little bit easier to code for, because they've streamlined it as such and blah, 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 integrated operating system, proprietary this, proprietary that, yada, yada, yada. Snapchat's CEO, Evan Spiegel, I think, said that the company needs to get more new Snapchat Android users to increase its overall customer base. So this is awesome to me and to everybody else who uses Android and Snapchat, because like they're finally paying attention. They're like, oh well, I think we need to improve the coding design on Snapchat for Android. So that's prime, freaking awesome. The new redesign will be based on what the Snapchat team has learned about and the Android operating system over the past 5 years. So what that means to me is that they're using 5 years of data to say this is what we need to fix, this is what needs to get done, and this makes me very happy. There's no real word on when this is going to come out, but they said that it will be available in select markets before it rolls out worldwide. And I'm assuming that because the US is a huge market has a huge market for Snapchat, that it'll be rolled out here first. Here's hoping. You see what I did there? Next, Google said that it's going to release a fix for the burn-in on the Pixel XL 2, saying that they're going to reduce the brightness just a little bit with no detectable change in the brightness, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. But hey, if they can fix it without detracting from the quality of the display, more power to them. Go right ahead with it. They say the navigation bar buttons at the bottom of the Pixel screen will now fade out after a short period of inactivity. So, but I don't think that just fading out the navigation bars is going to fix the screen burn issue on the entire display. Google says these changes have been carefully designed so as not to detract from the user experience of the display. Let's hope not, because, I don't know, reducing the overall maximum brightness is kind of detracting from the overall user experience of the display. But again, we will see what actually comes up. Google is also releasing some security software updates that will reduce the vulnerability of the Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL, to that Wi-Fi hack, that crack vulnerability, K-R-A-C-K. That stands for Key Reinstallation Attacks. So, I don't know, I like that. I like that acronym. Oh, the crack vulnerability! Gosh darn it! That enabled people who you don't want to look at your information to be able to see your information. So that's cool. Good job. Next, for those of you who use Twitter, Twitter's actually rolling out the extended limit of 280 characters out to you all today. I'm not the hugest of Twitter fans just because it gets flooded with sports stuff all the time. No offense, Jared, you're awesome, but just sports aren't really my thing. But if you want to write 280 characters in your tweet now, you're able to do that. Now this makes me wonder if, 5 years from now, if Twitter's still a thing, are they going to extend it again? Kitty! Come here, kitty! Now, will they extend it to the point where you can write as much as you would be able to write in a Facebook post? I hope not, because It's kind of Twitter's thing. Don't extend it too much, Twitter, please. By the way, I am 100% aware that the background music in the iPhone X launch reaction video is too loud. I exported it 3 different times. Like, first it was too soft. And I'm like, you can't even hear it. And the second time it was like, oh, that's too loud. And then the third time it's like, oh, okay, that might work. And then it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, man, I gotta export this and get it done. So I know about it. It's gonna get fixed. Other than that, Wednesdays have now become the whatever I want days. The acronym of which is WIW. So I'm thinking it's gonna be the Wednesday. I like that. Anyways, number one, I really hope you enjoyed the BeamtUp Origins video because that was so much fun to make. I was just like, that's so cool, oh my god. And secondly, on the 15th, I'll be uploading the video that I made for the Kindmaster Halloween video contest. That's gonna be awesome. And also, along with that upload, I will have news on if I placed, if I got nominated, if I won, and all that jazz. But until then, stay